Hey everyone, Scott the Scott Man. We're here to do a driving video today. We are not in Michigan right now because we're in a desert. The Sonoran Desert, that is. So we're in southern Arizona. I'm driving on I-10 or Interstate 10 heading toward the Phoenix area. We're in Casa Grande, Arizona. We're at the junction of Interstate 10 and Interstate 8. So exactly where I started the video is where Interstate 8 comes off of I-10 and goes west toward Yuma, Arizona, and then eventually all the way over to San Diego, California. Where Interstate 10, what we're on, which we'll be taking this to the 202 loop, which is the southern loop of the Phoenix area. So yeah, probably about a good half hour, 35 minutes worth of a video today. It is beautiful out today. It's sunny. See some clouds way off to the north. Better than that, it's very sunny here. And for mid-April, it is cooler than normal here in southern Arizona because the car thermometers are only reading 74 degrees Fahrenheit. Convert that to Celsius, it's around, I would say, 23 degrees. So it is a lot cooler than it normally is here. So I've been down in southern Arizona for about a good day and a half now. I'm here for like another day and a half, here for like a long weekend. It's currently Easter weekend. And I had off for Good Friday and also for Easter Monday, or the day after Easter. So decided to come down to the Phoenix area for a long weekend. Although, as you can tell, I was not in Phoenix today. I did a day trip down to Tucson, Arizona. I didn't really spend time in the city other than getting some lunch at a Mexican restaurant. My main reason of heading down to the Tucson area was to go to Saguaro National Park, which is an incredibly beautiful park. You have all kinds of different saguaro cacti. Heck, even here in the Sonoran Desert, even going all the way up to Phoenix, you can even see some saguaro cactus in many different areas too. But at the national park, there's a huge concentration of them, and it is really cool. There are a lot of cool hiking trails. So with it being cooler than normal today, the weather was perfect for the park. And I looked out very well too, because normally for like most national parks you have to pay an entrance fee to go into them, but today is, as I'm filming this video, is National Park Day and admission is free. There's like, I think like 6 days in the entire year where the national park system allows free entry into all the parks, and today happened to be one of them. So that was incredibly lucky for me. So a little bit more about the route. So yeah, Interstate 10, this is the direct route between Tucson and Phoenix. And then on Interstate 10 going west of Phoenix, that'll head out toward California and it heads all the way out toward LA before it ends up before the interstate ends in Santa Monica, California. So yeah, people coming from Tucson, they're going to LA. This is generally your route. You'll be taking I-10 west through Phoenix out to LA. Or if you're going to San Diego, then you can hop on Interstate 8 and go west toward Yuma, and then eventually to San Diego. Yeah, you can definitely say the scenery is quite impressive out here. It's like we got a lot of flat land here in the valley, as you can see. However, you can occasionally see some mountains off in the distance. Like they're kind of like standalone mountains. It's not like a big mountain range or anything. because it's like we're kind of like in a valley a little bit, I would say. Yeah, sorry about that. It's like you had to drink some water. It's like you want hiking around the national parks, you go through all kinds of different water. So yeah, and then, so I arrived not last night, but the night before. And yesterday, I pretty much spent the day walking around or exploring the Phoenix area. I got to go to Papago Park, or I think that's how you pronounce it, which has a really cool rock formation called Eye in the Rock, which you walk on a short trail. You hike up to the little small mountain, then you can basically get over to a nice little lookout. You look through the rock and you can see Phoenix, which is really cool. Also, you have the Desert Botanical Garden there, which that's where you can see a bunch of saguaro cactus without having to go to Saguaro National Park, but all kinds of different desert vegetation there. And there's also different hiking trails over there too. Got to go to a really good Mexican restaurant called Casa Grande in the northern part of the Phoenix area, which is really good. Got to go to the Herd Museum, which is a Native American art museum, which was really, really cool, seeing all the different like artifacts from different Southwest Native American tribes like the Hopi, the Navajo, and many others. And then got to walk around downtown Phoenix in the middle of the afternoon, which, again, normally between now through like October is a terrible idea because it is always very hot and you probably get heat exhaustion very quickly. However, it was also on the cool side yesterday. So I think there was like a weather pattern change. It's like if I would have come a week ago, like a week before I did, it got to 100 degrees Fahrenheit in Phoenix. And for mid-April, that is like normally in the summertime that's common. In fact, it's uncommon not to be above 100 degrees. But in April, 100 degrees is usually very unusual, if not almost even like record-breaking. So yeah, it would have been really hot if I would have come a week earlier. But came now and it was nice and cool. In fact, it even rained a little bit last night in the Phoenix area. But thankfully it was after dark, so I didn't have to be out in the rain at all. So I got to enjoy some nice weather, and now it's nice today. It'll warm up a little bit tomorrow, but nothing too crazy. Maybe getting closer to average. So yeah, I've been lucking out with the weather big time with this trip. It's like because I was able to walk around downtown Phoenix for a little while in the middle of the afternoon. And then I had a fry bread taco for dinner at the Fry Bread House, which is a place where you can get Native American fry bread, which was really good too. Very filling, but very good. So yeah, that was my day yesterday, and of course now it's Saguaro National Park today. So glad I got to check that out. Saguaro National Park is divided into two parts. There is the western unit, which is called like the Tucson Mountain Unit, and then there's the eastern unit, which is called, I think, Rincon Mountain Unit, or Mountains Unit, or something like that. So it's like there's two different parts of the park. So I mainly concentrated my time at the western unit today, where that's where you had some of the very cool hiking trails that I went on. Where the eastern half I didn't spend as much time in, but there was like a nice little loop road that I went on. which is really cool. They had different like lookout points which you can pull off the road and take a look at like the desert landscape and some of the mountains, which I thought was cool. Although I kind of like the Western Union a little bit better. It's like the scenery was a lot more impressive, a lot more saguaro cactus over there. And it's like I got to the park around 8 o'clock in the morning, and surprisingly enough, it was not all that busy. Which for a free entry in the park, I was kind of surprised by that for today. So I was trying to get there early to try to beat hopefully beat the crowds, but sure enough, I did by a long shot, so that was good. And it was not all that busy either, so I had a lot of moments to myself, so it was very, very, very peaceful. So yeah, Saguaro National Park does not get the crowds like Grand Canyon or all the parks in Utah do. Because on National Park Day, where admission is free, like parks like Zion or Arches, or even going over to like Yosemite in California, they're going to be packed because everybody's going to be taking advantage of the free admission. It's a beautiful desert landscape over here. I have to say it's very impressive. So Arizona is a very interesting state. Like the southern half of the state, this is where you have like the Sonoran Desert, which is where we're in right now, which stretches from like the Phoenix area going all the way down to the southern end of Arizona, crossing over into Mexico, into the Mexican state of Sonora. That's, of course, the continuation of the Sonoran Desert. And then you go to the northern half, it changes a lot different, or it's a lot different because then you go way up in elevation going north of Phoenix. And you basically end up, well, first you get over to like the Sedona area where you have all the big red rocks, which is really cool. I remember going to Sedona in October 2020. That was still probably one of my favorite road trips I'd ever done, because that was back during the pandemic and I wasn't comfortable getting on an airplane, so I ended up driving my car. Like I'm in a rental car right now because I flew here from Detroit to Phoenix, so I have a rental car for this because this is not my Honda Civic. But when I went to Sedona in October 2020, I was in my Honda Civic. I drove all the way from Detroit, Michigan to Utah and Arizona. That was really cool. And then of course get into Flagstaff, it's like it's completely different up there, where it's kind of forested a little. It's definitely forested a little bit, and it's a lot cooler. And of course even further north, then you get over to like where the Grand Canyon is, and then you have like some more desert landscapes up there, like going over to like Monument Valley, and then going over to Page, Arizona, you have Horseshoe Bend, Lake Powell. Some really, really cool stuff. And we got someone going very slow up ahead, and I can't get over because the left lane is crowded. The left lane's almost starting to slow down more than this lane. So unfortunately, I think we're going to be stuck in heavy traffic all the way into Phoenix, or unless someone who's hogging the left lane decides to merge over, which looks like someone may have finally done so. Or not. At least I was able to finally get over. So yeah, I haven't been to Arizona in like 5 years, and then the Phoenix area, this is my first time back in the Phoenix area in like 10.5 years. The one time I did go to Phoenix, I was mainly here for a business trip. Yeah, something's going on up ahead. Oh, I think there might be because I remember seeing this on my way in. I think there's like a work zone coming up. But we're going a little faster now. Oh yeah, this is a little bit better. I'm thinking there was someone hogging the left lane for miles and have maybe finally merged over. Or I take that back. So yeah, anyway, so I was in Phoenix in like November 2014, but I was only there for like a business trip. So I didn't really get to see much at all. Plus, it was when the daylight hours were a lot shorter because it was kind of like halfway between the first day of fall and the first day of winter. So I think the only real sightseeing I got to do was primarily. Let me think. I think it was I just went like to Old Town Scottsdale. Because the hotel I stayed on that trip was very close to Old Town Scottsdale. So the moral of the story is I did not get to see a whole lot. Oh, only 14 more minutes until we get to the 202 loop. That's assuming you don't run into heavy traffic. Yeah, traffic is finally moving a little bit better again. So at least this time I'm not here for work, so I'm able to see a bunch of things and of course have all kinds of great food too. Okay, actually, so yeah, we do have a slowed up ahead, but we got construction though. Which, as I was saying, I remember seeing this on my way in, but of course traffic was very light, so I didn't get to 2 miles until the work zone. So you can get off at this exit here, take 587 north, and you'll end up all the way up in Chandler and Gilbert, they're like southeastern suburbs of Phoenix. There's still a little bit of a drive to both of them, though. It's not like it's just a mile or two away. Good news is that the work zone is not going to be very long. It's not like some work zones in Michigan, which can be like 10 miles long. The traffic is definitely a lot heavier than it was at like 7:30 this morning when I was driving to Saguaro National Park. But yeah, if time permits, I'm going to try to hopefully do like another driving videos in the Phoenix area somewhere. Phoenix area, like at some point. I'm not sure exactly what yet. It could be another I-10 video for all I know, or it could be another highway. I haven't decided yet. And I mean, I even have time for it, but we'll wait and see. But yeah, so far I've been loving this new action camera, which is the DJI Osmo Action 5 camera. It replaced my GoPro Hero 5 Black, which I was using for over 8 years. If you watch my Grand Rapids freeway tour video that I posted, I talk a lot in that video about it and like the reasons why I got that camera, and something went down wrong. Yeah, I need water. Oh. That's a little bit better. And I can't see to the right of me anymore. But thankfully it's short-lived. It's like the audio's not perfect though. It's like because right now I'm just using the built-in microphone. I may at some point look into getting like a external microphone, because this action camera, what's nice is that it's capable of using. There's a DJI wireless mic. I kind of have, or I have one with my pocket camera I use for my vlogs. Which that same type of microphone would work with this action camera as well too, so I might consider getting one in the near future, so that way I can have the microphone right by me instead of at the camera, to where you'd be able to hear me better and there'd be less background noise. Huh, you're not gonna be able to see it in the video, but there's some dust being kicked up from the ground way off to the left. I don't know, it's like a dust devil or something, but that's the thing, like you can get a lot of dust out here. That's why we've been seeing some signs periodically where it says like dust blowing area or something like that, where you can get dust blowing across the freeway, and especially during monsoon season, during like July and August, where you can get like thunderstorms appearing in the Sonoran Desert. Like you can get even like big time dust storms, which are called haboobs, which can really bring in a bunch of dust and bring the visibility down to almost zero, to where you almost have to pretty much pull over the side of the freeway or the road and just have it pass on by. But yeah, I have not encountered one of those myself yet. Yeah, looking at that cloud of dust off to the left, not a cloud of dust, but like some dust being kicked up. I don't think that's a dust devil, because a dust devil, I think, it's like a mini tornado, but they're a lot weaker. So as we speak, what I'm doing, I'm not going right into downtown Phoenix. I'm instead going to, there is a lookout point south of Phoenix that's supposed to have a really good view of the city. I'm going to go there for sunset. I'm going to be getting there really early, so that way I can try to get a parking spot ahead of time. Or if the spots are full, I can just keep on driving around until someone pulls out, and then I'll be set for sunset. Yep, entering Maricopa County. So Maricopa County, of course, is home to Phoenix. So I'll be doing that tonight, and then probably, and then for dinner, I'm going to be going to get some Sonoran hot dogs. They're a special type of hot dog, which are popular here in southern Arizona, and also going over into Mexico, in the state of Sonora. They're supposed to be very popular in Tucson, but they also sell them in Phoenix as well too. There's a really cool place I'm gonna check out. I forgot what it's called. It's almost like a food. It's not quite a food truck, but it's an outdoor eatery. The Sonoran hot dogs are supposed to be really, really good. I only just learned about them just a couple weeks ago, and I am excited to try them. It's like, that's the cool thing about the United States, is that it's like you got all kinds of different, like, little smaller cultures all throughout the country. Different types of food and atmosphere, climate, environment, landscapes. And of course, even hot dogs too, and of course food too. It's like hot dogs, for example, you got different types all over. It's like in Detroit, you got your Detroit style Coney Island or Coney dog, where you have like chili, mustard, and diced onions on top. Chicago, you have the Chicago hot dog, where you have a hot dog, mustard, a pickle, a pepper, a bunch of other toppings, like a tomato. Absolutely no ketchup. If you put ketchup on your Chicago hot dog, you're going to be chased out of the city. And then, of course, come out here to southern Arizona, you have the Sonoran hot dog. So I'll be getting a couple of Sonoran hot dogs for dinner tonight, which will be quite nice. They don't open until like 7 o'clock, so I'll be able to go right after sunset. So I'm looking forward to doing that, and then get back to the hotel and probably just relax for the evening, and then probably have to sleep in a little bit tomorrow morning because I had to get up early to go to the park. That way we get a good night's sleep tonight. And we're now starting to get into the Phoenix metro area a little bit. Of course, you can tell that because we got slower speed limits over here. And I think we'll be getting over to the 202 loop pretty soon. Oh yeah, about another 2 miles. So we've covered a lot of ground already. But at least the lanes have opened back up to being 3 lanes, so it'll clear up a little bit more congestion. But yeah, it's still far from perfect, as you can see. But yeah, those southern mountains which overlook Phoenix from the south, those are the southern mountains over there, like in front of us. And then just on the other side, you can see Phoenix. But the I-10 freeway goes to the east of them, going up toward Phoenix itself, like Phoenix and Tempe and the southern parts of like Scottsdale. And of course, this goes right by Chandler as well, too. So yeah, we'll be stopping the video at the 202 loop, South Loop, that is. So if we were to continue, this would continue all the way into the heart of the Phoenix metro area before getting into Phoenix itself. Alright, so we've made it to the South 202 Loop interchange. So we have gone west on I-10 from Interstate 8 in the Casa Grande area all the way over to the 202 Loop South interchange. I think here in the southern parts of the Phoenix metro area near Chandler. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to click that like button. Don't forget to click that subscribe button so that we don't miss out on any future adventures. Well, thank you for watching, and this is Scott, or the Scott Man, signing out.